Hey guys, so I was going to play a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 2 to continue my playthrough, which I haven't done in a while, and I put the disc in my PlayStation 2 and it's not reading for some reason, and I don't know if my disc is bad or what's going on with that, so I can't play that. So I figured the next natural thing is to just play some Metal Gear Solid 3 today because I just really want to play Metal Gear 2, but I can't, so we're just gonna start Metal Gear Solid 3. Last time I played was 9 years ago. Alright, well, let's go back. Let's start a new game. I'm playing MGS for the first time now. I'm gonna say I like MGS 2, because that's what I was gonna play. We'll play it on normal. Because I'm gonna be rusty. I haven't played this for 9 years, which is crazy. But I played it like a million times.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
My boy. Ew, Konami. Clark? Psst. Now my cat's gonna sit up there right where the TV is. Clark, come here. We're gonna watch the cutscenes, but we're not gonna go through all the codec calls because it would just take way too long to get through this game. Unless they're ones that are extremely important, but I feel like most of it I can speed through because I've played this so many times that I can tell you what happens.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing
Clark,
internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector.
Yeah, when you start as
Put on your mask.
I like MGS 2. You have the Raiden mask on. Everyone was like, what the fuck? Hey, mister! Rude.
Does this panty waist know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
I'm Big Boss.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
But I'm fucking cool, dog.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Oh, controller vibration.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
Tell Big Boss what to do. I mean, he's not Big Boss
You'll be
yet.
falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the windshield.
Spoiler
1
alert.
minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the
Oh,
history.
this game is so good.
World's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4,
I'm gonna end up
3,
looking at my
2,
camera because I'm
1.
just dying on
Spread your wings.
And fly. God be with you.
Yeah. 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 That's my boy.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
Don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov.
Sokolov.
He's head of the
There's a fox symbol. I
OKB-754
have it on my
Design
car
Bureau,
still.
one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri
Well
Gagarin
spoken.
to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
Do we need to listen about
From a lowly
fucking
technician to
Sokolov?
head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards.
Isn't that nuts?
I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in
No.
Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea.
He's working on a Metal Gear.
We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice.
Look at that. There it is.
President
It's
Kennedy
just
gave in
Shacklehot
to
right there.
Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight.
Yikes.
Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About
We got
Sokolov.
moles in different
Yes.
area codes.
He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
No.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selino Yask, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs.
That's where I'm
Nice
headed.
name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted
Just gotta
us.
go there and pick up this guy, and then boom, bing, bong, game over. Done. Here we go.
Listen up, Jack.
Yeah,
Your
there's like
mission is
times
to
where in the
infiltrate
cutscenes
Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains,
Probably
ensure the
just wanted to
safety of
make it more
Sokolov,
interesting
and
than
bring him
just
back to the
having
west.
Oh man. No, watch cutscenes without.
If we don't get
Having any part
Sokolov
in
back
them?
before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major
And there are
crisis.
some in this game
The clock
where
is ticking.
they don't tell you that you can push R1, but you can. Lots of Easter eggs and fun stuff.
Once
to
we've
do in
confirmed the
Metal Gear
rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes.
games. Alright.
Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Bolton.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock
I mean,
will be
he's a
less
good
than
guy.
during a
There's
parachute
paramedic.
jump, and the arm can handle up to 500
Some
pounds.
other dude.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Of course, it'll
Home
just
in
be a
time
few
for
hours.
dinner.
Exactly, home
But
for dinner.
if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Yeah, I'm gonna be eating snakes and bugs and frogs and shit and alligators. It's great. This game is so much fun to just fuck around in. Like every Metal Gear game. It takes itself extremely seriously and then not seriously at all. And that's why there's no other game like it. Oh. Didn't think this through. I almost fell off a cliff. Dramatic look up. As in all Metal Gear games. Wow, I remember the graphics just being the best, and now it's like so old. I mean, they're still fine for the time, obviously. And it's Raiden! Take that stupid mask off. So weird. Alright, now they're gonna talk to me on the codec probably for like 6 years. Oh no! Jack. Oh yeah, the camera goes like this. Oh man. Can I take this fucking mask off? You can like zoom in and stuff on it. You can see. R1 is viewer. How do you zoom in? I don't remember. Well, zoom in on the crotch. Yeah, see, I've got my Raiden mask on. Wow, these are all backwards. Okay. So, if you look here, yep. Wow, everything feels so backwards. I could have fell and died. But we out here in the jungle, and we gotta go get our pack. So we're gonna go do that first. If there's anything I have to, like, here we go. Here comes the codec calls, where they give me like the spiel on what to do.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and
So we might be listening in code. Naked Snake is my name. Don't mention your real name. That's it. What happened? Oh, yeah, take that shit off. There he is. There's that boy. Naked Snake is a straight up G, and he gets fucked up in this game, and it's crazy, and it's a great, great game. Enemies? Any enemies? Just chit chat with him again, I guess. Gotta find guns on site. I have a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Climb a tree. Use the action button. Is the action button circle, right? It's gonna be a learning curve. With this analog sticks again. Okay. See, there's like there's a frog probably. How do I? Yeah, there we go. See, watch. And then I can look. Where you go? There's a frog right there. See? And if I want to, I can kill it. Hey, frog. Watch. There we go. Now I can eat a frog. And that is Metal Gear Solid 3. It's rad. Alright. Do I crawl under this? Oh man, it's hard to see anything. Maybe I don't go this way. I gotta climb up that tree though. Do I not crawl under this? Well, it's been a while. I don't know what I'm doing anymore in Metal Gear. It's blasphemous for me not to know what I'm doing in Metal Gear. Let's go. Oh yeah, we go around and then we drop down. Yeah. There's gonna be like snakes hanging from trees. And all that fun stuff. There's birds. Slide down. Is it square? Circle action? Circle the action button? Square? Circle? Triangle. Triangle's the action button. Alright. Get over here. And then we triangle to drop down, and we have our bag. Oh, hi, Mr. Clark. Hi, Major Zero. I got my backpack. Make sure you eat, because there's stamina in this. We have radio support. We have paramedic. Basically, she saves your game. And then we have Sigint. She ends up being part of the Patriots. Oh my god. It's the boss. I didn't realize to talk to the boss this soon. Was she helping me? I guess she was helping me at the beginning. And then we find out that she defects. CQC, close combat. So the boss starts on your side. I forgot that. Oh, spoilers everywhere if you've never played this game. If you haven't played this game, just turn this off and go play it.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Oh. Yeah, I got it. We got CQC. We got it in the bag.
Commencing Virtuous mission now.
Their mouths are still in Japanese. I forgot. Metal Gear 4 was the first one they didn't. Alright, so we got R1 do. R1 is the look. Oops. I don't want the fake death pill. Not right now. Okay, I don't think there should be any guys. I think there's a snake hanging on a tree over here soon. Oh yeah, so we're gonna come across some alligators soon. And that's so we can make alligator hat. Look how like nice environment this is. Right? You get all fully invested in, not invested, fully immersed, a better word, you get immersed in this game, in this place. If you haven't played this, I recommend you getting on PlayStation 3, the HD collection. It's a little bit better graphics. I'm having a hard time seeing because I'm a little far from my TV, but there's a bunch of alligators. And then you can put them to sleep, and then you can kill them. And then they literally will like bite you and then roll. It's hilarious. So we're just gonna like come on by here. Hi, alligator. Hi, alligator. Don't mind me. I'm minding my own business. Did I just drown? What? I thought you just walk. I thought you just walk across and then get to the middle. Well, that didn't work out very well, did it?